What's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? We here again, the Alder. We are here, another episode. I'm taking 15. We got Jackie here today. What's going on, Jackie? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Life is fantastic. We are here, so I'm glad you're able to join us today, just have a conversation. So Jackie, who are you? What do you do? What are you passionate about? Because I see you online, you're doing your thing, you on your fitness journey. You
Yeah.
just been leveling it up, stepping it up. Every time I see you, I'm just like, dang, I gotta connect with her. So who are you?
So my platform is Om Jackie Om. I
Okay.
initially started as a yoga teacher. During the pandemic, I got my certification, and I've always wanted to help people, primarily Black people, but everyone who wants to start their health journey, but may not see people that look like them doing the things that are considered like, say, white or alternative. So now I'm a personal trainer. I still teach yoga and I got into assisted stretching. I tend to attract a lot of people that have injuries. So I figure if I just specialize in that and then try to still encourage people to move their bodies, it works. My background's in public health, so I did a lot of health outreach stuff. So I think it goes hand in hand with my passions. I just feel like people should be healthy mind, body, and spirit. It doesn't necessarily have to have a look, but we should be functional at the end of the day.
Nah, that's dope. That is dope. It gives people another outlet, as far as like an alternative where to go or how to do certain things and
Yeah,
just explore different options. So I know a lot of us, we be like, I don't know about all that.
right,
But
right.
but at the same time, I feel like, especially in 2026, people are a little bit more open-minded to try different things. So that's
Hmm.
that's pretty reasonable. So I've been seeing you, doing your thing. You've been on your own like fitness journey and whatever. Like, how did that come about? Because you're like, you're competitions and everything. I'm just like,
Yeah,
okay, okay. That's what's
yeah.
up. That's what's up.
I just figured it's now or never. So I've always wanted to do bodybuilding, even as a child. So it's like, okay, this has been on my spirit for a while. I'm in my 30s. I might as well just go for it and not have like a shoulda, coulda, woulda moment. Just see if I can handle the lifestyle. So I took it upon myself last year to come up to the journey or like the challenge of doing a whole body recomposition, losing the weight, putting on the muscle, and then stepping on stage. So it's been a journey. It has not been easy at all. It's a lot of learning curves, but it's definitely made me a better trainer too. Understanding like people's struggles with nutrition, how you should move your body as far as like lifting weights and like the technique you want to use if you want to grow things or make things smaller, etc. Creating that illusion. Um, Not to say that I wasn't doing that when I was a little bit heavier, but now I have like a better understanding of like, okay, I know that person's mentality because I was there, and I can at least kind of be able to be relatable in that sense. A lot of folks that get into personal training, they've probably been athletes their entire life, and it's not as relatable to folks that are like, okay, well, you naturally just are like this.
Right.
um, so yeah, I'm competing again in November, October, November. I got a new coach. The goals get a little bit bigger. So I am a natural athlete. I don't use any enhancements whatsoever. So it's definitely more tedious with like
Hmm.
the nutrition and hydrating and recovery and things like that. But again, it's a lifestyle that I really like. So
That's
sticking with
good. That's
it.
good. That's good. You spoke on the nutrition, how is that going along? Because I know it's a lot of discipline that comes with, not just exercising and just
Yeah,
training, but the diet. I think that's half the battle right there. Most
it
people,
is.
when it comes to that, just like not staying away from sweets, staying away from, certain things that just like it's just not conducive to your body usually, especially
Yeah.
when you want to have that, type of goal where you want to have those types of gains and everything. So how's the diet? How's the diet aspect been? Was it a journey within itself?
Yeah, I mean, it still is. It still is. I think new levels, new devils, that's what they say. So my coach now, she's a professional bodybuilder and she's on like the top stages. Like she steps on, let's say, the Texas Pro. Sometimes I think she even qualified for Olympia. So she's like the best of the best of the best. So she's intense. And this is a new diet. I've never done like, I've always done macros, like counting my calories and things. So that's easy. Like you can still get away with a cookie or, some frozen yogurt or whatever. But this is like, okay, you have broccoli, you have rice, you have chicken. The ends. Like it gets mundane. You have to figure out how to spice up your food without cheating. So I had a whole bunch of sauces in my refrigerator right now. I try my best to not like try to like replace things. So if I have a sweet tooth, like okay, what could I replace that sugar with? Some fruit? Is that in my diet? Um, and then allowing myself maybe every once in a while, you're not supposed to, I'm not supposed to, you can do what you want, but I'm not supposed to like go out and do cheat meals or anything like that. But I'll say once on a blue moon I'll go out with friends and like have something small. So it's all within moderation, of course. But it's still a struggle.
Still a
Still a struggle.
struggle. Still a struggle. Yeah, I could listen. I don't even body. I do some, training, do workout,
Yeah.
exercise and stuff like that. But when you're trying to look a particular way for, especially like a competition, it's like, you really got to hone in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nah. That's definitely a journey within itself. But I mean, I'm glad that you're doing it though. I'm glad that you're doing it. Like, what are some of the things that you are seeing, doing this stuff? Are you seeing uh life differently as you're, training and doing these competitions and everything like that? Because I'm sure, as a black woman, that's like a whole nother different perspective,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
in that type of space.
It is. I never realized how few of us are in bodybuilding, especially Black women, especially in the category that I'm doing. So it's figure. Um, but as far as like mentality, bodybuilding for me has like given me more confidence um, to know that I can like push through certain things. Like, okay, it's hard. It's hard initially, and it still is. Like, it doesn't get any better. I think the more you grow in the sport, you'll have different challenges as far as like, changing habits, learning different techniques, um, developing new mindsets. Because once you go through one competition, you're like, oh, I've done this before, but not every prep is the same. So it's like, okay, it forces you to look at the same task with different lenses. So if your body's not responding to one thing, it's like, okay, what can I do to get the results I'm looking for without um, overworking or
Right.
still staying within like integrity of who I am as a person. Um, it's definitely helped me again going back to personal training, like the aesthetics of things. Like, okay, now I know what to look for. If my client is like, I want bigger glutes, like, okay, I know that your bottom glutes need more work, your top glutes are cool, your middle glutes are okay. So yeah, it's been interesting.
It's been interesting for sure. Man, that's ill though. That's ill. That's crazy. In the greatest way. I give you the utmost respect for, putting yourself through the ringer like that. Um, what keeps you going? Like, what inspires you to just keep going and not fall off and just be like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna excel at this, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
push through. Like what you were saying.
Um, really, it's myself, like holding myself accountable. I think when people look at you, or let's say you're the friend of the friend group or the person of the friend group that everyone's like, oh, asking you for advice for things. So like for you it could be finances, you're the finance guy. I've always been like the health and wellness person. So it's like, okay, I know people are looking at me to be a certain way or for advice. So it's like, okay, I feel like I have that invisible accountability as well. Um, but this journey has helped me kind of show that you can be human. I, like I said, eating sweets or like going out with friends and things like that. People kind of assume like you don't have a life when you bodybuild, and or like when you try to achieve your goals, so try to grow a business or whatever. Um, and I think I lost my train of thought. Um,
No, 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 no. You good? How long have you been training though?
I've been training. I don't know. I feel like I've been training since high school. I started lifting weights in high school. I
Okay.
didn't take it like serious, maybe in like grad school because I was super stressed and I was looking for it as more like a stress relief.
Right.
But then more seriously, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago,
Oh, you so
for
you
like
took
the
it.
aesthetic piece. Yeah.
Now, was there like an inflection point where you just like, okay, I'm gonna take this? Like, what made you decide, I guess, just to be like, okay, I'm gonna take this serious?
Like I said, it's always been on my mind. It's
Always
always
been
been
in
on
your
my
mind.
mind. And
Okay.
it's like, well, if it's something that keeps popping up, it keeps popping up, even no matter what part of life I've been in. I'm like, okay, well, maybe now is the time just to execute. Let me get serious. I tried doing it on my own, and it's like, well, I can only take myself so far because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's like,
Okay.
okay, let me
Okay.
find a coach. It
Yeah.
was it December 2024? I said, okay, it's about to be 2025. Let me just go ahead, do my research, find a
Mm.
coach. Found someone on Reddit, so the Reddit thread, bodybuilding thread. I said, okay, this guy looks solid. Picked 3 people, interviewed them, chose my coach based off of like how he valued health. He wasn't trying to push steroids or anything like that. He's like, okay, well, we're just gonna see what you can do. And said, okay, well, fine, I'll commit to this person, see how it goes, and then if I like it, I'll stick with it. If I don't, it's okay. At least I tried. Like, and I could
No,
just
that's
check it off and move on with my life.
No, that's amazing. So, you did say December 2024. So I guess you did have a mindset of like, okay, we're about to set off 2024. That was partially the inspiration, and
Yeah,
new year, new you, but you wanted to extend that clip to new life.
yeah,
New
yeah, yeah.
life. Okay, so I hear you. I hear you. I guess, we got a couple minutes left. Um, what message would you give to people? How would you inspire them? You already inspiring them that just by being an example, and just by looking the part. What words of wisdom can you give to anybody that is, in the same predicament as you or the same position you were in before you started training? Like, what would you give them?
I think general advice really is if something's on your spirit, it's for a reason. It could be something silly. It could be a goat farm. It could be you just want to walk a 3K. It doesn't have to be a run. Like if it's on your spirit, it's for a reason. You never know who's watching or who will be inspired by your actions. So if you have it in you, just go ahead and do it because you never know what's going to take you. Like you never know. So
Nah, you never know where it's gonna take you. The end doesn't have to be near for you. You're never over
exactly.
until you really, really just, want to hang it up and just be like, all right, I'm just done with it. But you're never
Right.
really over. You're never over until you're honestly up out of here for real. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And even then, it's like whatever your lasting effect was, even if you're up out of here in the physical, but yeah, you're never over. You're never over. But I'm glad that, we were able to have this discussion today. It is very, I want to let you know and give you your flowers and let you know that like just keep going. Don't get discouraged. I know sometimes it could be a lot, just because you're putting stress on your body, you putting
Yeah.
stress on, it's a lot of different things, but at the same time, just keep going. You're doing marvelous.
Thank you.
I love the work. Just keep perfecting your craft, keep getting better, and you'll get to wherever you need to get to, just by having that mindset. So again, I appreciate you for joining for this
Yeah.
conversation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was excellent. And then yeah, if you want to connect with Jackie, we're gonna put her information in the comments, not in the comments, in the description. So, if you want to connect with her, you want to see her content, you want to reach out or whatever, make sure you connect with her and follow her content, follow her pages. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. This was a great, great, great conversation and great outlook, on your perspective. So
Yeah.
um,
Thank you
yeah,
for
yeah,
having me.
we got to do this again.
For sure. Yes.
All right, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye. Bye.